Mills project is designed to be a net. It aims to develop a network of women-owned maize mills that offer better reliability, better service, improved nutrition through small-scale fortification, improved security food security in terms of offering either maize storage or maize trading, and addressing other community needs through the maize mill becoming a community centre. And the idea is to create a network of these mills across Mozambique and potentially the Southern African region, in order to meet these challenges and provide a standard for the service.
150 maize mills registered in the last 5 years, and that was far and away the largest number of registrations of a single business type. And so that's when it clicked. I said, that's the business. That's the entryway through which we can change the food system, transform the food system. And then I just started thinking about it, asking questions about maize mills. Got the initial response that they break down all the time. There's no consistent support. They're very marginal. And then I also had an immediate sense that probably they're very profitable at first, but then when there's 4 or 5 of them in one spot, they start competing on price, and then sort of all that entrepreneurial spirit and business startup, just sort of fizzles away. So I was saying, how do you build something into a network like that creates continuous innovation, so that whoever belongs to the network will be competitive over the long term and continue to be able to keep a business advantage. People needed consistency systems, across a large number of small businesses, and also they needed continuous innovation to be able to compete. And I knew I felt that was where franchises have some advantage. Is that you take local entrepreneurs, small-scale entrepreneurs, and you empower them through systems that give them some kind of consistency. We also found that mills often succeeded because they had a man who was a good mechanic, or they had a woman like Fatima who's a good business person, there was this different success thing. And if you did the franchise right, with the equipment not being a problem, if you were able to solve the equipment problems, then that made it even more possible for women, to be successful. I guess the next insight that I had about it was that the customers were mostly women, even though there are lots of men and so on. That even if it's men and children that are coming to get the maize milled, it's generally women, and they're doing it for the women. It's kind of a women's thing. I don't know how to explain it another way. And at the same time, I had that insight that there needed to be this continuous innovation and the creation of lots of profitable business opportunities, over time, to make it sustainable. And it seemed to me that the way to do that was to find things that women want, develop products that were focused on women, since they were the customer base. I pretty much made the decision it's only going to be women-owned maize mills. Because what I wanted was an example of something that had a gender aspect or component to it, but that wasn't, had that component for a business reason, right. Rather than to be, for women or good to women or something like that.
Por que moageiras? Porque descobriu-se que quem frequenta mais as moageiras são as mulheres, porque são elas que cozinham, são elas que fazem tudo. Elas tomam conta da família. A maioria das mulheres nas zonas rurais tomam conta das famílias. Então são elas que vão à moagem, não sei o quê. Então, como elas frequentam a moagem, elas conhecem melhor o negócio, né? Assistem e veem o que se passa. Então, por que nós não pegarmos nesse ponto e melhorar e dar o negócio à mulher, que é melhor entendedora do negócio?
I see that part as part of the business model, absolutely. yeah, I mean, when we talked about the idea that 52 weeks and every week something new, either but always a new recipe, but also different ways of thinking and conceptually things that you learn when you learn about that food. I think that's going to make it a stronger business, and it'll also respond again to something that our interviewers should remember. I told you that the interviews that we did when asking people what they wanted, the top of the list was education.